Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here this morning, this Tuesday morning. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas Day, just 2 days away. Very exciting.
Knocking at the door. Santa's packing the sleigh up, getting ready to hit the skies, and we're still looking at above normal temps. I think that's the big story.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, I got a little rain this morning. I'll show you who's getting wet in just a little bit here. Still talking about a really warm weekend by late December standards. And then next week arrives, along with a big chill down.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, dig into all the details here in just a little bit.
Okay, awesome. Well, before we talk about the rest of your forecast and everything that's going on in the next week or so, we do have a story. A couple of weeks ago, a man by the name of Malcolm Heath, he is the organizer of Figapalooza, which is one of Greenville's fig festivals that happens each year. His home was on fire, so he lost his home to the fire. Lots of damage there. He was able to get out with his dog, but now they're looking to see how we can rebuild, and he's asking for the community for some help in doing this. So we spoke to him as well as some friends of his, just talking about the aftermath of that fire and what can be done to help.
This is what's left of Malcolm Heath's home after it caught fire on December 7th around midnight. He says it's now a total loss.
Be grateful for what you've got, because you never know when it's going to go up in a blaze of smoke.
He was asleep in his home that tragic night along with his pet dog and cat. Both Heath and his dog made it out alive. However, his cat hasn't been seen since.
We don't know that he died necessarily. We just can't find him.
Heath says he prays his pet made it out alive and just ran away out of fear. Heath works hard to organize the Figapalooza Fig Festival in Pitt County. He says he does it to help the community make connections among different groups of people. He started his work with figs during COVID back in 2020. His friend Ronnie Baker appreciates the work Heath does for his community and encourages people to help.
It's devastating, and I know it's just a home, but that's his home. That's where he laid his head at night.
Baker said Heath is a great man and doesn't deserve this.
We'll do what we can to help him and just pray that the Lord provides.
A GoFundMe has been set up where you can help Heath if you're interested. After the tragedy, he says he's thankful to be alive with his family.
Well, hold your loved ones close. My son, thank God he wasn't here that night. Would have been a whole different ballgame if it wasn't just me there.
Yeah, so glad to hear that he was all right, but still, just looking at the aftermath of that, it is so sad to see, especially as he's known to, help others. So hopefully in his time of need with Christmas right here, maybe you can help out. We do have a GoFundMe link on our website if you want to check out more information about everything going on there.
My neighbor's house caught fire probably 6-7 years ago. And the trauma, the devastation, the rebuilding, the logistics, it really drove home to me. It's not just losing the property, but everything else that goes with it.
Yeah.
All the impacts to your life, trying to find a new place to live, going through the process of getting the house rebuilt. So yeah, it takes a lot of people to kind of get those unfortunate folks back where they need to be. So tough. I keep thinking about my neighbor and what they went through, and that, especially around Christmas time, to be dealing with that. Absolutely,
yeah. All right, well, let's talk weather now, turning gears. We're talking Christmas. Christmas is a few days away. Things are still looking good. You did mention a possible dip Friday, but overall still some nice temperatures out there. Yeah.
Still above normal, I think. Normal highs around 57 this time of the year. I don't see below normal temps until next week. So we've got, what's today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 days in a row above normal temps.
Okay.
Enjoy that.
Yes.
When the bottom falls out next week, it's going to fall out in a big way. All right, let's get into the details. I'll throw some headlines at you first, out the door. Right now, some raindrops. I'll show you that in just a sec. AM showers around. Should change that possible to likely north of 264. Further south, possible works. Cloudy to sunny morning to PM and breezy, southwest 10 to 20. That wind direction, that southerly component, combining with the sunshine to get us 10 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. And that's nice. Yesterday we had about 52. I'm going to forecast 62 later today. All righty. Satellite radar composite. I just looped that through 12 hours of data. Clouds, 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 and then the last 2 to 3 hours, that light rain moving through. generally north of 264. A lot of what you see further south not even reaching the ground, we call that virga. It evaporates before it hits the surface. Outside the studio, the road isn't even wet. You would think it would be, looking at that radar, but not enough to even get the road wet. That's a different case further north. A few damp roads or wet roads, generally Martin, Bertie, Edgecombe, I would say Washington County, points north, Albemarle Sound, northward, getting that little bit of light rain this morning. There's the radar, a little closer look at the raindrops. That little bit north of Raleigh, that's kind of the last of it. So as this moves through the next few hours, there's nothing coming in behind it or regenerating. So we deal with this through maybe 10, 11 a.m., and then it's a done deal. And dealing with it's not a big deal. All right, you're going to be able to work outside, I think, northern counties. You may have an hour stoppage or so if you're working outside up there before you get things going again. All right, air temp at about 40 degrees and not falling. Actually rising now. Sunrise right now, pretty much. Sun hitting the horizon. Excuse me, we'll take that 40 once we get that sun going and warm it nicely. There's 9 a.m., a few raindrops. They're probably going to move a little faster than the model's showing. By midday, pretty much a done deal. And then watch those clouds getting out of here. 2, 3 o'clock, we transition to full sunshine. Air temp, generally low 60s, maybe a mid 60 down on the coast later today. Those are nice numbers. Enjoy your afternoon out there. And I know a lot of you still out there are getting all those last minute gifts. Be patient. All right, a lot of other folks doing the same thing you're doing. Try to get that gift. Give people the right of way out there. Be safe, be smart on the roads. Overnight tonight, we'll get you into Christmas Eve. I'm going to jump back to that in a sec. But I expect a quiet, sunny day tomorrow. Winds outside right now, there's not much. 5 maybe to 10. It's going to pick up, though. That southwest breeze, I think, will gust 30 this afternoon. Driving that low 60 tomorrow, mid 60s for Christmas Eve. Nice numbers are going to hang around. Tomorrow morning, see that 47? That's a sunrise. Mid 40s to upper 40s to start the day. 30s off the map until we get to next week. Christmas planner, we go into Christmas Day. When you're getting up, or like I say, when the kids are waking you up, sunrise on Thursday morning. It'll be about 40 degrees outside under partly cloudy skies, and I think mid to upper 60s this afternoon. That Christmas forecast looking good. I wanted to mention my childhood. We used to be up usually about 5 a.m. Christmas morning, and my parents were dead asleep, and we had no problem running in there, start shaking the bed. Santa came because we'd run downstairs, so the toys under the tree, and they would always the same thing, always, let us make the coffee. We got to get some coffee. Hey. And then we'll get the gifts going. Got to get the coffee.
At least they were adamant about that because my parents were not. We were just very much like, get up, we got to go. We got to do it now. Like my dad would be like, let me go get the camera. It would take him a while to find the camera.
That's a biggie as well.
And then that would really upset my siblings and I. Hopefully this year it's a little bit better.
Your kid is just, let's go, let's open it up. Yeah. My parents always about the coffee, but we're going to see great weather from sunrise through the afternoon. There'll be a few clouds, I think, Christmas Day. But if you get outdoor gifts, if Santa treats you to some outdoor-related gifts, you'll be able to get out there and utilize them into the afternoon hours. More sun than clouds, I think. I leaned a little heavy on that cloud there. We should be in good shape. All righty, let's track you through the end of the week into the weekend. The big map, I like to call it. Warm air building from the south. This is going to be kind of a boundary setting up near Virginia, D.C. the next few days. Going to stay cold to the north. We should stay on the warm side of the equation. I say that hesitantly because the models are starting to trim a little cooler on Friday. I'll show you that in a sec. There's later today. Rain's off the map. Tomorrow morning, that next front tries to lay in. Never really gets in here, although we will get a little shift to the north on the wind. No big deal. All right, sunny skies. No rain there. And we'll get you to late Christmas Eve, late tomorrow. The mild air is still there. That frontal boundary hanging around over the area. Let me show you the travel forecast tomorrow before we go further in time. The West Coast absolutely getting hammered with storm after storm after storm. And I don't see that stopping out there throughout the end of the week into the weekend. They are going to be under the gun. Piling the snow up into the mountains, measuring it with a yardstick in the Sierra Nevada, and then they may measure over a foot of rain some of the coastal areas, cumulative, over the week. Flooding concerns continue out west. This is a problem if you're headed westbound for Christmas. If you're flying out there, watch for delays. If you're driving west, once you get west of the Rockies, things go downhill in a hurry. But the East Coast looks good. We're going to be quiet. After we get that little bit out this morning into the afternoon, we head into Christmas Day. Another little clipper, we call it, with that little bit of rain north of us on Christmas. That stays up there. That little storm weakens, so we're good. And you can see that warm air not going anywhere. A little bit of a dip Friday again. A few clouds here and there, but no big deal. And watch that warm air build in. Saturday, Sunday, front becomes stationary to the north. The warm air builds in with the 70s over the weekend. I like low 70s both Saturday and Sunday, inland areas, and dry. That little low to the north kicking out to sea, so no worries there. Alrighty, so here's the numbers. Low 60s today, mid 60s tomorrow. Santa preps the sleigh and hits the skies. Looking great for Christmas Day, upper 60s. That may end up being 70. We may pop a 70 back in there. That little dip Friday is a one-day dip, back to the 70s over the weekend. And we kind of tease you with that chill down next week. There it is, 47 to 42. Monday, Tuesday, lows at 27 is probably not cold enough. I don't like to jump too hard on some of the colder data this far out, but I can tell you they're hinting that I'm not cold enough with my numbers. I may end up trimming those even further.
Oh no. Well, let's not think about those for
Yes.
now. We have some beautiful weather ahead of us, really not too worried about any kind of rain. I know you said this morning we're catching a few raindrops here and there, but other than that, things are looking pretty clear and nice.
Yeah, this is a nice 8-day until we get to next week. Unless you like the cold air, you're going to be happy next week. But for most people are very happy. I'm still getting a lot of pats in the back out in public.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. These few raindrops this morning, again, scooting out of here at lunchtime. We're in good shape later.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. Well, just want to say hello and good morning to everyone over on Facebook joining us this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Susan from Stumpy Point. Barry, good morning to you. And George, good morning to you as well. Hope you also have a wonderful Merry Christmas as well. I will not be here for the rest of the year. Don't worry, I will be back in the new
Sounds
year.
so final when you say that,
I
like,
know it sounded
I'm gone for
when
the
it
rest of
came
the
out.
year.
I was like, oh, that didn't sound right. But I will be back
Extended
after the new
Christmas
year.
break for you.
Just got a little bit of time
Yes.
off to spend
Well
it with
deserved.
family and friends.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. But we'll have lots of people here holding down the fort with you, Jim.
Yeah, we'll still be
It'll
on
be
air.
great.
There'll be
Yes.
some subs in for Gigi the next week and a half or so. We'll keep bringing Brewing to you.
Yeah.
I want to say Merry Christmas to George as well and everybody over on Facebook. I'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll be back at 8
Great.
this morning, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning and stay with you throughout the holiday week.
Awesome. All right. Also, good morning to Kathy as well. I just saw your comment sneak past there as well. Have a great day. See you all at 8 a.m.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.